We have some major info to go through here in today's video regarding Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, the third DMZ mode, some leaked gameplay releasing, some huge Warzone 2 map leaks, it being similar to Blackout, some gameplay features, just a ton of stuff to go through here in today's video. Be sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new. We're now about 700 subs away from 92K. So again, if you guys want to stay updated on all of the latest MW2 leaks, rumors, reveal info, etc., I definitely would appreciate it if you do subscribe to the channel. Now, first up here, we have this image, which isn't the exact leaked image. Of course, I can't put that up on my video. I would get copyright strikes by Activision, but this is a concept of what the leaked image and also the leaked gameplay was showing us. Pretty much that leaked gameplay of MW2 was a pre-alpha version of the game. It looked pretty solid, but in that video, there is a weapon inspect actually occurring there, and this is just kind of the halfway portion of it, the middle of the video, I guess. It seems like this is some type of SMG. People are saying the PP-19. It could be referring to another weapon similar to the AK-74, and again, we'll see very soon specifically what this ends up being, but overall, really cool stuff here, and the actual gameplay clip is very interesting because for a pre-alpha build, it looks great. MW2 Ghost says this regarding the leaked gameplay. The leaked gameplay is pre-alpha, so very early on. It looks solid even for an old build. I was not joking when I said the game is in a great state and looks great, and he said this several months ago. Of course, visually pleasing does not translate to pleasing gameplay. That'll be for you to judge soon. So very interesting stuff here. Again, this pre-alpha gameplay was from a while ago, it seems like, and it looks pretty good in my opinion. So again, we'll see what ends up happening. We should be getting some official gameplay of MW2 very soon anyway, so we'll see soon enough what this game looks like. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to look great. Modern Warfare 2019's graphics were pretty solid, honestly, and they're only going to make that better, so I wouldn't be too worried about that. I think the biggest difference will be seen in Warzone 2. I feel like Warzone's graphics were a bit shaky at times, and the actual performance made the game look worse than it actually was. So for Warzone 2 to be better optimized and look a lot better, that's going to be really sick to see. So that'll of course be later on down the line. We'll see what ends up happening with that and some more stuff here. Let's go through some major leaks for this game. Tom Henderson wrote a whole article about a bunch of stuff for Modern Warfare 2, some MW2 maps being remade in this new DMZ and Warzone 2 maps, some new Warzone 2 gameplay features, and a bunch of stuff here. So first up, a new video released by Call of Duty content creator Nero's Cinema has seemingly outlined new details of Call of Duty Warzone 2 that I've been able to independently verify with my own sources. Sources have suggested that the majority of the information in the video is indeed accurate, with a few discrepancies here and there. And in this article, Tom Henderson goes through more in depth what these different gameplay features are and what's happening on this Warzone 2 map. So first up here, we have returning MW2 maps. As mentioned in my earlier report last November for Modern Warfare 2, old maps will be returning to not only the core title, but to the Warzone 2 map itself. Within the Warzone 2 map, the maps have been added and expanded upon as per my original report. So final POI names for the map itself have not yet been determined, but I could still outline a few of these maps and their locations within Warzone 2. So first up here, High Rise. Of course, High Rise is located at the top right corner of the map under the POI name Modern City. As expected, Modern City contains a large city with a lot of skyscrapers and tall buildings, which should satisfy players that have missed Verdansk from the original Warzone game. Next up here, we have Quarry. Quarry is located at the top left of the map under the POI name Quarry, so pretty self-explanatory there. Another one here, Terminal, is located at the bottom right of the map under the POI name Airport. This is one of 3 locations on the map with a large stronghold, which is a new gameplay feature we'll talk about later on in this video. Another MP map here returning, Afghan, of course, located towards the middle of the map, but slightly to the left under the POI name Caves. There's also several other POI locations that could include more MW2 maps as well, including Mountain Town, which is located next to the observatory in the middle of the map, which could include Favela. Very interesting stuff there. There are several more locations as well that seemingly hint towards a couple of more MP maps, but sources could not confirm the information before the publication of this article. I'm pretty sure we'll get more MP maps from MW2 and maybe some locations from the MW2 campaign as well thrown into the Warzone 2 map. Now, a very interesting and new Warzone 2 gameplay feature here. We have Strongholds. So Strongholds are something I've been sitting on for a while, and with Nero Cinema's latest video putting the Stronghold information out in the wild, I wanted to explain them a little bit more. So Strongholds are located across the entire map and will give players something additional to do instead of just buying your loadout at a buy station. There are around 25 to 30 of them spread out across the entire map, so probably just as many as the usual buy stations we've been accustomed to. There are several different tiers of strongholds as well, with 3 large strongholds and around 20 to 25 smaller strongholds scattered around the map. Strongholds are typically guarded by AI and contain objectives that you need to complete in order to gain access to your loadout. Presumably, the harder the stronghold, the bigger the reward. Not all POIs have strongholds as well, like a presumably high trafficked area like Modern City not having any at all. Some more on this here. Although Warzone 2 is still in development, strongholds were described to me as being a new dynamic element to make players think carefully about their decisions, because once a stronghold has been taken, no other players can access it. If there are no strongholds available in your area, then you'll either have to move to the next available location or wait for the train to turn up that spans the entire map. Warzone is no stranger to AI either, with AI first being incorporated into Caldera several months ago, which was likely to gauge how the community would respond to that feature. Very interesting stuff here. Let me know down below your first impressions of this here. I feel like a lot of people might be a bit concerned after hearing this. I mean, I'm always open to new things, but I think a good compromise would be to have this as a separate type of mode within Warzone. Is this too big of a change to Warzone to make people not want to play it potentially? I mean, the pro Warzone players might definitely have a problem with this here, but the actual casual players, will they care? Will people become accustomed to it and actually like the change? Maybe. I mean, it sounds interesting, but I just don't know. I mean, I have to play it for myself to really see. I mean, the sound of it is interesting, but having to go to the stronghold to get your loadout, and then it's guarded by AI while you're playing Warzone, and then you can't go to a stronghold if someone already took it over. Sounds, I don't know, it sounds cool, but to me this sounds like a thing that makes a bit more sense for the DMZ mode in MW2 rather than Warzone 2. But again, let me know down below your opinions on this. Of course, take this with a grain of salt. Nothing is confirmed just yet, so before we freak out about them changing Warzone for the worse and them mixing things up and, you know, messing Warzone up, nothing has officially been confirmed thus far. And for Warzone 2, they're probably still in development. I mean, MW2 for the most part is probably almost finished, but I think Warzone 2, they're still developing and, you know, evolving that, and that's going to release later on after MW2 releases this fall, so things could definitely still change here. We'll see what ends up happening. Some more stuff here. Warzone 2 and the DMZ mode. Ever since my first report, I've reported that Warzone 2 and the DMZ mode will have the same map, which I still believe is true. Back in December of 2021, my source sent me the first ever footage and images of the new DMZ map, which contains little icons for objectives. I was able to verify the video and images with other sources who have said the footage was of DMZ. Now, nearly 6 months on, a newly acquired source has sent me the Warzone 2 map, which is identical to the DMZ map. For me at least, this confirms that Warzone 2 and the DMZ map will be sharing the same map, with each mode having a different gameplay loop. I've also reported in the past that the DMZ has been in development for several years, and the map itself was designed with both the DMZ and Warzone 2 in mind. If you're not familiar with what the DMZ will be, it's Modern Warfare 2's third game mode that will be Call of Duty's take on an extraction-based game mode. Players will fight against other players and AI as they try to complete objectives, loot up, and extract. Very interesting there again, and that being said, here is a concept image of what this DMZ/Warzone 2 map is expected to look like. This is not the full image, but this is directly based off of the leaked image of this map. So, of course, as you can see, we have a river on the left side of the map that turns up towards the middle, a lake towards the middle right as well, different locations, and at first glance, this looks very similar to the Blackout map, almost like a mirrored image of the Blackout map, kind of. I mean, Blackout had kind of like two rivers that turned into one, I'm pretty sure. This one here is more of a river on the left, nothing really else on the right, but very interesting stuff here. Definitely giving me Blackout vibes. And some more stuff here from Nero's video. Apparently, Warzone 2 has more of a Blackout feel, which for a lot of you guys might be really, really good news. So from his video, he said Warzone 2, more like Blackout. Loadouts are still there. Of course, we talked about them being locked behind strongholds. A bit more difficult to get them. You have to go to the stronghold, defuse a bomb, kill AI, complete some type of mini objective to get to your loadout. In the mode as well, you have ground loot with predetermined attachments, very similar to Warzone, but this time around, you only have 5 attachments per weapon compared to 8. And apparently, pro perks are returning in some type of way. In Warzone 2 as well, you have armored plates, but you need to find a proper satchel to even equip them to begin with, so you can't just use armored plates off the bat right when you spawn in, kind of more similar to Blackout. And there's also a bag system as well, similar to Blackout and PUBG, where you have a limited amount of inventory space where you can hold weapons, kill streaks, stuff like that. And apparently slide canceling is not in the build as well, which is also super interesting. So it seems like Warzone 2 will still have the core mechanics of what made Warzone great, but add a bit more of that Blackout and PUBG and even H1Z1 vibe that made those, you know, BRs really fun as well. I think it's a good compromise here, honestly. It sounds super cool here. The only thing I'm concerned about is the Stronghold system. I feel like people might be a bit annoyed with that. I mean, people were already annoyed about not being able to get your loadout for the first circle in Caldera. They changed that, of course, but now moving to the Stronghold system, people might have that same argument again. You know, this is what made Warzone great. Being able to just get your loadout and go in and play, that's what made it fun. So, I don't know. We'll see. Let me know your opinions on that. I still want to play to see how it actually plays and if it actually is a good system there. I mean, the Blackout vibes with the actual ground loot and the armored plates and the bag system, that all sounds cool. I'm fine with that. I mean, I played a ton of PUBG, especially back in the day, so those vibes returning would definitely be sick with still that, you know, smoother and more simpler Warzone vibe. Them coming together sounds cool to me. But again, we'll see very soon how that all is going to work out. But yeah, that's pretty much it here for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. Be sure to subscribe for the latest MW2 and Warzone 2 leaks, info, rumors, etc. There's a lot of stuff still to go through here. I do want to make some roundup videos going through everything we know about MP, campaign, the DMZ mode, Warzone 2, of course. It seems like we're just getting tons and tons of info more often than not. I mean, 2 days ago, we had a huge video going through a bunch of info. Today, a bunch of info revealed as well. In a couple of days, probably even more info. And again, we're expecting that official reveal for MW2 to be at the beginning of June 8th to be exact, and that's coming very soon. So when that happens, we'll get a ton of info, gameplay, trailers, etc. We'll be covering all of that on the channel, so super excited for that. There are 2 other videos up on screen that may interest you, so be sure to check one of them out. Really do appreciate it, guys. Shout out to the YouTube channel members as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace out, guys.